I'm Chef Mei Lin. I love the complexity and intricate marbling of Japanese Wagyu, as well as the taste, texture, and tenderness. Japanese Wagyu is simply one of a kind. Today, I'll show you 2 ways to make Japanese Wagyu sandwiches. One with the Japanese classic Wagyu Sando, and the other with a little bit of a twist, the Japanese Wagyu Katsu Sando. Of course, widely available loins of Japanese Wagyu can be used for sandos, but I want to explore the possibilities of Japanese Wagyu offcuts with you. These are the cuts that aren't primary cuts typically known for and asked for, but good in their own way. I think sandwiches are the perfect way to explore different cuts. So for the steak sando, I'll be using the cut from the upper thigh called the picanha. So for the Japanese Wagyu Katsu Sando, I'll be using the zabuton. Zabuton is super special because you can only get a small quantity from one cow. In the US, it's known as the Denver steak. Zabuton features fine marbling, well suited for katsu sandwiches, because deep frying it seals in all the juices and sweet umami into the meat. Here's what we'll be using today. We have a very selection of different spices. We have sansho peppercorns, some clove, white peppercorns, fennel seeds, star anise, and coriander. We have cayenne, some cumin, some cinnamon, some cardamom, some ginger powder, some onion powder, garlic powder, some sugar and salt. Into the blender, we add our spices. So next up, we're gonna make the spiced mayo. The spiced mayo is ready to go. Trim fat from the picanha, but make sure to keep the fat. It contains a lot of sweetness and umami. We'll use it later. Lightly pound the meat to an even thickness all over, about 1 inch. And we're ready to start searing. We're gonna utilize this fat as our oil to sear the meat. Season the picanha with simple salt and pepper to let the sweetness and the umami shine. You always want to make sure that you're seasoning from high. Our pan is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and add in our steak. So we have some really nice milk bread. You can hear that nice toasted bread. It's gonna add a great texture to the overall sando. Place the steak on the toast and continue to construct your sando. And the reveal. Perfection. You can smell the delicious aroma of the steak sando. And of course, you can always add a little bit of the spiced mayonnaise on the side. All right, let's take a bite out of this bad boy. Succulent, sweet, juicy, full of umami. You need to make this right now. Whenever I visit Japan, I love tasting and learning the secrets of a great katsu from each master. It seals in the juiciness and freshness of the ingredients, and you can enjoy that crispy juiciness in one bite. I like frying with rice bran oil. I'm gonna season it with a little bit of shiradashi. And of course, this is just regular all-purpose flour. And now that the zabuton has been marinating for about 15 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and start the dredging process. And you wanna be careful while setting the zabuton into the pan, because everything is very hot. You can tell by me basting the oil onto the katsu that everything is getting evenly browned. Just note that when you are cooking with a shallow cast iron pan. You do have to be very careful. Ready to go. We have a sheet tray with a rack here. Very important to let this rest. And you remember the spice that we made earlier. We're gonna go ahead and season the katsu with a little bit of that spice while it's hot. And we're just gonna slice this in half. And as you can see, this is a very, very hefty sandwich. All right, they're in the reveal. All right, we're ready for a bite. The zabuton is so juicy, so crunchy. The slaw just cuts through the fat. Japanese Wagyu has uniquely subtle yet rich taste and aroma. So it is very important to let all of these qualities shine. And then you can enjoy the Japanese Wagyu with all of your 5 senses. With zabuton katsu, you can enjoy the tender, meaty characteristics of Japanese Wagyu. All of this deliciousness is sealed in the katsu frying method. Enjoy the crunchy texture and moist Wagyu. I hope you had fun learning how to cook and enjoy Japanese Wagyu, especially the offcuts. If you want to learn more about Japanese Wagyu, head over to the House of Japanese Wagyu website, full of information about Japanese Wagyu, such as our partnered restaurants, as well as butchers and e-commerce destinations where you can purchase Japanese Wagyu. Thank you. We hope to see you again.